Dear musician, if you feel lazy and unmotivated about your music career, I have some news for you. You're not lazy. You just lack focus. And I'm going to show you exactly how to fix this. Now, this realization changed my career 20 years ago. Since then, I've made a living right from my home studio, creating music for some of the world's biggest brands, over 1,000 campaigns on 3 different continents. So I know something about feeling discouraged, demotivated, doubtful about my music career, but then realizing the thing that made all the difference and helped me to break through to actually make music my full-time career. So many musicians will develop this erroneous perception about themselves that they are lazy. This may not be true. You may be working your ass off at a day job and then coming home and trying to work on your music career. So it's definitely not a question of effort. It's a question of focus and direction. Here's the problem. You're not seeing visible progress or momentum in your work. Every day you may be getting home from work, or you may be trying to launch your music career full time. And when it comes around to working on your music career, you're basically just working on the music. Whatever that means. Usually what it means is you start a new session in the DAW of your choice, you create a loop that doesn't go anywhere, you jam on it for a while, even getting excited about it, and then a few hours later, you will save the loop on your hard drive alongside the 10,000 other unfinished loops on your hard drive. Now, this does not exactly propel your music career forward. And it's no wonder that soon enough you start feeling scattered, confused, discouraged, and doubtful because you're not seeing visible signs of progress on your journey. Many of you will be working really hard at your day jobs to pay the bills. You will dream of a music career. You will come home to work on your music career, but because you don't have a clear destination. What does working on your music career mean? You're not sure. I'm not sure. Or put another way, if you're not going anywhere specific, then anything you might do will be working on your music career, but it's not actually going to lead anywhere. And so no wonder you're demotivated, no wonder you're discouraged, no wonder you're doubtful. Because this way of working, let me show you this fancy diagram here. This way of working is not actually getting you anywhere. You don't have a clear destination, therefore you have no direction, no deliberate actions, therefore you have no momentum other than the 10,000 loops that don't go anywhere on your hard drive. And therefore, no wonder when there's no momentum, doubt creeps in, discouragement creeps in, and eventually loss of energy. And many of you will give up on your music career, chalking it all up to the fact that you're lazy when you're not. So Uncle Z is here. Do not fear. Let me give you the diagnosis and the remedy. The diagnosis is simply this. You don't have a clear destination in mind. The remedy is this. Get a clear, deliberate, concrete destination in mind, and the destination will dictate the direction you will need to take and the deliberate actions you will need to take in order to bridge the gap between you and the destination. No destination, no direction. No direction, no progress, no idea even what exactly to do when you get home from your day job. You see, right now, the way it looks for a lot of musicians is because they don't have a destination, they're doing 10,000 different things because you got to grow your Instagram following. You got to post to all the streaming platforms. You got to release that EP. You got to contact that promoter to book a tour when the EP comes out. 10,000 things, right? How is that working out for you? So I want you to stop scattering yourself all over the place. The first thing you need to do as a principle is to define your destination. And if you want to make a living making music right from your home studio, you're going to have to go where the money is. Where's the money? It's not in people's pockets. It's not hiding in the generosity, the great generosity of the Spotify streaming royalties. What I figured out in my musical journey is the money is with the brands. Brands are the modern patrons of creative craftspeople. It used to be kings and churches. How do you think Bach made a living? But today it's not churches or kings that are patrons of arts any longer. It is brands. Why? Because brands are selling stuff. They have billions of dollars and they need to get your attention. How do they get your attention? They get your attention through creativity. Are brands creative? No, they are not, but they got the cash to pay people like us to make them look creative, to give people goosebumps, to get their attention so they can get their money. And hey, if we're gonna help brands give people goosebumps, why don't we make some money too? I don't know about you, but that sounded good to me 20 years ago. I took that path, I focused on that destination, and it made all the difference in my music career. Before I actually focused, I was just like you guys. I was getting commissioned for a remix over here, maybe every other month. Then I was trying to work out a record deal over here. Then I was trying to get radio airplay over here. Then I was trying to get myself booked in this venue or that venue. Then I was trying to work with some artists as a producer. Then I was trying to release some kind of an EP. At the end of every month, I would look back on my journey and say, I'm not even sure if I did anything this month. I'm not sure if I got anywhere. And how would I know if I got anywhere if I'm not heading anywhere in particular? Okay, so now let me show you the flip side, the beautiful flip side of what it looks like when you actually start getting focus, all right? Now, here is me 20 years ago, okay? I found a destination that gave me focus. The destination by itself, the world you're trying to break into, works according to its own rules. It's got its own requirements, okay? It's not a million things that you need to do to break into that world. It's usually like 3 things, and I'm going to share the exact 3 things that you need to work on in the limited time that you have every single day in order to bridge the gap between you and this world. But the point I'm trying to get you to understand is that once you have a destination, you will have direction. Why do you have direction? Because when you input your destination into the GPS, it gives you the direction to follow. It can't give you directions if it doesn't know where you're going. Once you have direction, you will have focus. You will understand you don't need to work on 15 things. You just have 3 things to do every single day and get better at them. And when you do that daily, right, you get power. Why? Because it's compounding. When you repeat something every single day, you gain mastery. When you gain mastery, you gain momentum, right? I'm speaking very fast here, but I'm excited about this because I think this will unlock, in a lot of you watching, a certain eureka moment, which will finally make you focus and stop thinking that you're lazy and you're not getting anywhere because you're lazy. You're not lazy. You're just not focused, right? Once you have momentum, because you're seeing yourself moving, you're actually progressing, you're actually seeing that you're bridging the gap between you and a particular destination, you will start getting enthusiastic. Oh, enthusiasm. It elevates your frequency, your creativity, your willingness, and your ability to actually create better work. Okay? You wake up more excited. The fact is when you get a destination in your mind and you focus on it and you only do the essential actions that this destination demands of you in order to reach it, to break through into it, you will get better every day. Better every day. Notice the difference here, right? Instagram, Spotify, trying to sell music to people who stream it for free, trying to figure out if Spotify is ever going to get generous. It ain't going anywhere, is it? Over here, folks. Single destination with its own requirements, which sets a direction for you, which focuses on a few key actions that you're going to perform better than anyone else. And that's what's going to get you progress. The progress will get you momentum. The momentum will give you enthusiasm. I hope this is all making sense so far. Okay, so now I want you to pay close attention. Here are the 3 key areas you're going to have to focus on if you actually want to make a living from your home studio doing what I do, which is creating, getting commissioned to create original songs, scores, and sounds for some of the world's biggest brands, their campaigns, commercials, and content. Focus area number 1. Do you have a pen? Are you writing this down? You need to become a better composer or songwriter for moving media. This is not like writing 4-minute, 5-minute songs. This is not like writing 2-minute songs. This is the ability for you to create a song that is 15 seconds, a song that is 30 seconds, a song that is 60 seconds, a song with intros, with verses, with hooks, with twists and turns, all of which happen in a very short amount of time. That is a very specific skill set. But that is a skill set that you're actually going to get paid for. Focus area number 2. Do you have a pen? Are you writing this down? You're gonna become a better composer for moving media if you practice every single day. If you put yourself in the kitchen and actually cook, You can't wait for an opportunity to come to you. You got to start pretending that you're already a busy and commissioned composer for moving media that is in demand, okay? Simulate the environment, simulate the conditions. Start downloading all kinds of ads, start downloading all kinds of campaigns, commercials, and content from some of the brands that you like. Start writing songs, start writing original compositions, start sound designing these things, start getting a feel for it. That's focus area number 2. Focus area number 3. Once you start practicing, you're going to have pieces. Once you have pieces, you're going to put together an irresistible portfolio. Once you put together an irresistible portfolio, you're going to go out to the people in our industry and you're going to share that portfolio with them. And you're going to have a conversation and you're going to ask them if they have any creative problems that they can send to you to solve, so they can see how you would solve these problems. This is not rocket science. 3 simple areas of focus. Musician A is going to have 10,000 things on their to-do list. And the to-do list is going to scare the shit out of them, so they're just going to open a new session and create another loop that doesn't go anywhere. Save that loop after jamming for a few hours and then go to bed and they wake up and go to their day job again and then repeat the process day after day. How do I know? Because I used to do that. Musician number 2 is going to get home from their day job. They might be a little tired and uninspired, yes, but they will know exactly what to do in order to actually move forward. They will only have 3 things to do. Number 1, they're going to work on becoming a better composer for moving media by actually, number 2, creating pieces, simulating being a composer for moving media already and working on all kinds of 15-second, 30-second, 60-second executions that brands are doing. And in the process of getting better by actually crafting, you're going to develop multiple pieces of music that actually sound like they could be in a commercial, and out of which you're going to put together a portfolio. Now, no wonder when you send this portfolio to someone, they will be like, this music sounds like it could be in a commercial. This is great music. I could actually picture it in one of the campaigns that I'm working on. Who sent this to me? Joe? Who is Joe? Let me see if I can get on a quick Zoom call with them to get to know them and see if maybe they could take a crack at my creative problem. This is how music careers start. It is not rocket science, folks. If you do great work, you showcase it well to the right people, and you solve their problems for them, do you think they're not going to give you more problems to solve? And then ask you to send them an invoice with a handsome fee? Fast forward 6 months from now, musician 1 is still trying to figure out what they're doing with their EP, with their Instagram following, with their Spotify, with their touring, with all of that stuff. They have no idea if they've made any progress. They're starting to think they're lazy. They're not. They're working their ass off. They're just not getting anywhere. Musician 2, 6 months later, let us assume that in the first 3 months, they don't want to contact anyone because they simply want to get better at the craft. And so, first 3 months, you score 1 commercial a day. You have 90 pieces. Some of them are shit. Some of them are okay. Some of them are brilliant. Obviously, if you do 90 of anything, you know that at least 5 to 7 are going to be great. It is those 5 to 7 pieces that you're going to put together a portfolio from. So within 90 days already, you have just crystallized your best work, and you're putting it together in an irresistible portfolio that you're now going to showcase the very specific people in the business that are able to actually commission you to create a piece of music for thousands of dollars. So now you have your portfolio, and then you spend the next 3 months contacting people. Let's say you contact 1 person a day because you're afraid to contact anymore. Even at 1 person a day for 90 days, you've contacted 90 people. Many people are not going to get back to you. You're going to have to keep following up. But assuming that your work is full of magic and you're tenacious, you don't give up, and you're consistent, you keep emailing people every single day. At the end of 90 days, you got 90 people contacted. Let us say that 5 people got back to you out of 90 people. We're being very conservative, but that's good. I like to be brutally realistic. 5 people have heard your portfolio of 5 to 7 pieces that is amazing. You've made a great impression on those 5 people. But only 2 of them are actually working on a campaign right now, and they heard something in your music that makes them excited because your sound could be the answer to the campaign that they are working on. I just want you to see what happened here. In 6 months, you defined your destination. The destination defined what actions you're going to take. You just took those actions consistently, and within half a year, you now have opportunities in a brand new industry that you didn't even know existed before. We look at musician 1, 6 months later, what are they doing? They're doing everything. They're still trying to grow their Instagram. They're still trying to get their streams to go up. They're still trying to sell their music to people who stream the music for free. And worst of all, they're probably discouraged, they're probably doubtful, they're probably not getting anywhere, and they're beating themselves up with an erroneous perception that they are lazy. You are not lazy. You just lack focus and direction. And this is what I hope became abundantly clear in this video here. I'm very excited and passionate about this. This is precisely what allowed me to make music my full-time income for the last 20 years in a very concrete way, because I found a very concrete destination that finally channeled my energy and focus into just a few essential action items that I have to do every single day. Compose for moving media every day, put together a portfolio out of the best pieces, and showcase it to the right people in the business who have multiple projects going through their hands every single day, and they are in a position to commission you as a freelance musician working out of your home studio who's now going to be asked to create an original song, score, or sound for some of the world's biggest brands, their commercials, campaigns, and content. Now, if this intrigues you folks, I invite you to click the link below for the free training where we show you exactly how our business works, how much money you can make, and how to break in. And if you decide that this resonates with you, we'll show you the next steps so you can get yourself mentored by people who are actually on the inside of this business. You don't know if the pieces you're composing actually belong in a portfolio. You don't know how to put this portfolio together. You don't know who to contact in the industry. You don't even know how to write the email in a way that won't betray you as an amateur. Folks, this is why we exist. So let me know in the comments below, do you have a destination? What is your destination? And what essential actions done daily are going to get you there? I'm Tommy Z. I'll see you in the next one.